Feeling tired all the time? And to add to your woes, the urinary tract infection keeps rearing its ugly head. As if this wasn't enough, your digestive system isn't doing the best job. You are bound to get overwhelmed with so much going on. Maybe you're dealing with Candida overgrowth that has caused an infection. It might sound scary, but thanks to modern science, it is treatable. From pills to topical medications, there are several options available to you. Wondering which ones to try? In today's video, we're going to talk about the most effective ways to kill Candida and yeast infections. Can coconut oil really help? What about probiotics? Do they help subside the flare-up? We'll be talking about all of these and more. What is Candida? Before we begin talking about the most effective ways to kill Candida and yeast, let's first understand a bit more about them. Candida is a type of fungus called yeast. It's naturally present on your skin and body, especially in your mouth, intestines, and private parts. For some reasons, Candida can overgrow, causing an infection medically known as candidiasis. You might ask what leads to Candida overgrowth. It mostly happens either due to a weakened immune system or an imbalance in your body's bacteria and fungi. Factors like changes in your hormones, uncontrolled diabetes, cancer, and even nutritional deficiencies can cause this imbalance. Certain medications, like antibiotics and oral contraceptives, can also disrupt the natural balance of bacteria and yeasts in your body. Thankfully, there are certain natural methods you can try to help treat this common fungus infection. Best ways to get rid of Candida and yeast infection. 1. Coconut oil. Coconut oil can be one of the best ways to get rid of Candida yeast. It has 3 fatty acids, known as caprylic, capric, and lauric acids. Lauric acid has antimicrobial and antifungal properties. Nearly 50% of coconut oil is made up of lauric acid. Since lauric acid is rarely found in a regular diet, coconut oil is one of the best sources. Several test tube studies have shown that lauric acid is effective against Candida. It is recommended that coconut oil be used as a mouthwash to get rid of yeast and any other infections related to Candida. The caprylic acid present in coconut oil is also very important to get rid of Candida yeast. Research has shown that caprylic acid has the same impact as any antifungal medication you would get from a doctor's prescription. This makes coconut oil a handy home remedy for Candida yeast infections. So, how does caprylic acid manage to kill Candida? Call it a superpower, but caprylic acid can indeed get into the walls of Candida yeast cells and interfere with their functioning. Because of the penetration, the cell walls of Candida yeast rupture. The yeast infection gets destroyed and won't be able to return immediately. A study was conducted to see the impact of caprylic acid on Candida symptoms. The results showed that it had a powerful effect on reducing the symptoms. The best part about using natural antifungal remedies, like coconut oil, is that they can be effective and don't usually have any side effects.
Looking for answers on all the latest health and wellness news? Hit that subscribe button and join our millions of followers. Stay up to date on all our great Bestie content.
2. Probiotics. Probiotics are mostly considered to boost digestive health. They are indeed very effective in positively influencing your body's immune response and helping balance the friendly bacteria in your digestive system. You'll be surprised to know they can even help get rid of Candida infections. But how do they do this? Let me explain it quickly. As we informed you earlier, people with uncontrolled diabetes or suppressed immune system are more likely to experience Candida overgrowth. You are even more at risk when you take antibiotics, especially in strong doses. This is because antibiotics can end up killing all kinds of bacteria, including the healthy bacteria in your gut. These good bacteria are one of the natural defenses your body has against Candida infections. The healthy bacteria would make sure Candida and other harmful bacteria don't get the nutrients they need to thrive. If you want to make sure your gut is packed with healthy bacteria, you should include probiotics as a part of your diet. They can help restore the balance in your gut and keep you healthy. You can find probiotics in foods such as yogurt, Fermented foods, like kefir, have live bacteria to fight against Candida yeast infections. A study was conducted on more than 200 older adults for a period of 12 weeks. The participants were given lozenges that had 2 strains of Lactobacillus reuteri, which is a probiotic. The results showed the lozenges significantly reduced the Candida yeast present in the participants' mouths. Another study was conducted on participants who had thrush. The results showed that taking probiotics helped improve the effectiveness of standard antifungal treatments significantly. For people with vaginal yeast infections, vaginal capsules with the probiotic Lactobacillus are available. Similarly, probiotics can bring down any traces of yeast in your gut. Besides taking probiotic supplements, you can also include probiotic-rich foods in your daily diet. We already told you about yogurt and kefir, but they aren't your only options. Try sauerkraut, a dish made from finely chopped cabbage that has undergone lactic acid bacteria fermentation. This traditional food, popular in many countries, especially Eastern Europe, has a sour, salty taste. You can use it on top of sausages or as a side dish. It's easy to prepare and can be stored for months in an airtight container. In addition to its probiotic qualities, sauerkraut is also a good source of vitamin C and K. It is high in sodium and contains iron and potassium. Didn't like sauerkraut? No worries, you can try tempeh. It is a fermented soybean product that forms a firm patty and has a nutty and earthy flavor. Some people find it tastes similar to mushrooms. Kimchi is another fermented, spicy Korean side dish you can include in your daily diet to get your daily dose of probiotics. Kimchi usually has cabbage as the main ingredient, but it can also be made from other vegetables. It also offers you a generous amount of vitamins and minerals, including vitamin K, vitamin B2, and iron. Tea lovers can opt for fermented black or green tea drinks, popularly known as kombucha. There are several other benefits to eating probiotic-rich foods. Would you like to know more about them? You can watch our video on the 8 health benefits of eating probiotics every day. Watch and learn. 3. Low sugar diet. Sugar makes food delicious, but it's also addictive. If you consult a nutritionist, they're most likely to tell you to minimize your sugar intake. There's a reason for that. Not only can it lead to obesity and diabetes, but it could also cause Candida overgrowth. When sugar is available, yeast tends to grow faster. People with high levels of sugar in their bloodstream tend to be more susceptible to Candida infections. A study was conducted in mice with weak immune systems to see the impact of sugar on Candida. The results showed that sugar raised the growth of Candida infections in the digestive systems of the mice. Animal studies haven't been the only ones to confirm our suspicions about how sugar contributes to yeast infections. A study was conducted among humans focused on rinsing the mouth with sugar-rich solutions and their impact on yeast infections. The results showed that solutions high in dissolved sugar, such as sucrose, led to an increase in the yeast count and infections in the mouth. Reducing your sugar intake or completely eliminating it from your diet can help reduce the risk of Candida yeast infections. Even if you don't have too many problems with yeast infection, simply cutting down on sugar intake from your diet will be beneficial to your health in a number of ways. You can make simple changes to your diet to cut down on sugar. Removing sugary drinks, like sodas and energy drinks, would help a lot. Even seemingly healthy drinks, such as smoothies and fruit juices, can have a good amount of sugar. 1 cup of cranberry juice cocktail, which comes to around 271 grams, can have as much as 31 grams of sugar. It would be a good idea to avoid high-calorie, high-sugar desserts like ice cream, cakes, and puddings. Nearly all desserts have no real nutritional value, but they're packed with sugar, which spikes your blood sugar levels. Finding it impossible to go without a dessert after your meal? You can swap unhealthy desserts like ice cream for frozen fruit pops. They're delicious and offer several nutrients. If you like using canned ingredients while cooking, make sure you look at the label for sugar content. If they are packed in syrup, it's best to avoid them. Even breakfast cereals may contain a lot of sugar. Research has shown that the majority of popular breakfast cereals are filled with sugar. One such breakfast cereal even had 50 grams of sugar for every serving, which means about 88% of the cereal is just sugar. Scary, isn't it? Instead of eating sugar-rich breakfast cereals, you can go for nutritious options, like overnight oats topped with fresh berries. Eggs are also a good choice. High-protein breakfast can keep you energetic throughout the day. 4. Garlic. Garlic is another food that has antifungal properties, all thanks to the generous amount of allicin present in it, which shows up when you crush it. A study was conducted on mice to see the effect of allicin. The results showed that although allicin was not as effective as an antifungal drug, it still reduced Candida yeast reasonably well. Test tube studies have also indicated positive results when it comes to allicin's role in beating yeast. The results showed that allicin does not allow yeast to attach itself to the cell wall's lining. This reduces the yeast's ability to spread. Although allicin in garlic is effective in killing yeast infections, the ones we eat have tiny amounts of allicin. It may not be enough to have a big impact on yeast. But adding garlic to your diet is still a good thing, as it has several health benefits. Using allicin along with conventional Candida yeast treatments can make the infection go away faster. Garlic also helps keep away health issues like the common cold. Research was conducted to see if aged garlic extract could improve the immune system. The results showed that taking these supplements for 3 months during cold and flu season drastically reduced the severity of the symptoms. If you have high blood pressure, it's even more important to add garlic to your diet. Experts have found that taking garlic supplements can lower blood pressure levels and reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease by around 40%. Hearing about the role played by garlic in reducing yeast infections might tempt you to apply it directly to the affected area, but it is not a good idea. Putting garlic directly in your mouth can cause chemical burns. Always add garlic to your food instead of applying it directly. 5. Curcumin. It isn't just garlic and coconut oil that can help fight off Candida overgrowth. There's another kitchen staple lying in your pantry that can help fight yeast infections and reduce inflammation. We're talking about turmeric. Turmeric has a compound called curcumin, which offers several amazing health benefits. Test tube studies were conducted to see the impact of curcumin on Candida yeast. The results showed that curcumin either completely destroyed or drastically reduced its presence. Another study was conducted among people with HIV infections. It is believed that the HIV virus makes people more susceptible to Candida overgrowth. The results showed that curcumin was able to effectively remove the Candida yeast's ability to attach itself to the cells of the mouth. Curcumin also showed more effectiveness than the conventional antifungal drug used to treat Candida yeast. You can easily include turmeric in your daily diet. The majority of curry-based dishes have turmeric in them. If you don't like the idea of adding this yellow spice to your food, you can drink turmeric lattes. It is easy to prepare and delicious. 6. Stop smoking and limit alcohol consumption. If you smoke, you are more susceptible to developing Candida infections. Cigarette smoking appears to be linked to the overgrowth of Candida. The same is true for heavy drinkers. Both tobacco and alcohol use are predictors of Candida infection and the spread of Candida to the esophagus. But how does this happen? It turns out that smoking and heavy drinking can alter the microbes in your food pipe, known as the esophagus. When tobacco and alcohol are the culprits, you are likely to experience symptoms in your mouth, esophagus, and throat area. Not just this, but they also weaken your immune system, which plays a key role in keeping Candida cells under control. Without a strong immune system, yeast cells can quickly get out of control. Research has confirmed this. Studies have found that within 2 hours of drinking alcohol, the white blood cell count in your body is significantly reduced. This leaves your immune system vulnerable to Candida. Excessive drinking prevents your body from fighting and managing possible infections. That's not all. Heavy drinking does no favors for your liver, which is your body's primary defense against the symptoms of Candida infections. Instead, it damages the very organ responsible for eliminating and processing toxins in your body, including the byproducts of Candida cells. If you do not watch your alcohol intake, excess alcohol can send your liver into overdrive. This limits its ability to fight off Candida. In extreme cases, your liver may run out of the nutrients and cells necessary to process toxins. As a result, they will be left in your body to cause harm. Candida produces a neurotoxin called acetaldehyde, which your liver usually processes and gets rid of. But if your liver is damaged, the concentration of acetaldehyde increases in your body and can cause symptoms like headaches and brain fog. So try to quit smoking and limit your alcohol consumption to keep Candida infections from flaring up. 7. Manage your stress. Stress is never good for your body. Besides causing innumerable physical and mental health issues, it can also lead to Candida overgrowth. Wondering how the two are related? Well, stress plays an important role in increasing or decreasing the efficiency of your immune system. The more stressed you are, the more likely it is for your immune system to go haywire. Experts believe stress is often a significant factor in whether your immune system can keep fungus under control. In short, stress weakens your immune system, putting you at a higher risk of developing infections. A study showed that people with stress, anxiety, and depression had higher levels of yeast infections. There's another reason stress could cause Candida to flare up. When you're feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, your body releases a stress hormone called cortisol. This hormone elevates your blood sugar levels. Since Candida feeds on sugar, this can also contribute to an overgrowth of the fungus. This means you have to try different stress management techniques to find the one that works for you. Having a healthy sleep schedule and eating a well-balanced diet can help to a great extent. When you don't get enough sleep at night, your circadian rhythm gets disrupted. This, in turn, impacts your cortisol rhythm, which hampers your body's ability to handle stress. One of the most effective ways to deal with these sleep problems is to stick to a routine that will help you get the rest you need. For instance, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day is very helpful. Following a bedtime routine, such as taking a bath or drinking a cup of herbal tea, can help you fall asleep faster. Sleeping in a room that is dark and cool is also useful. When you wake up, it's important to expose yourself to light as quickly as possible to stay awake. Another way to boost your mood and reduce stress is to do some physical activity. Workouts, jogging, or even simple activities like an evening stroll can bring down your stress levels. If you're not used to doing workouts, you can start slowly before you build it up to a 60-minute session each day. Aerobic exercises, yoga, and strength training are also good options. And of course, meditation also helps beat stress. There are several guided meditation videos available on the internet. There's no doubt that a strong immune system would be able to keep the growth of yeast cells in check. Strong immunity means your body is better at fighting infections. But are there ways to naturally boost your immunity? Let's keep the conversation going with a couple more immunity-related videos. Shall we? Watch 7 ways to naturally boost your immune system. You can also try our video on 5 superfoods to increase white blood cell count and boost immunity. Go ahead, click one. Or better yet, watch both and learn more about different ways to strengthen your immune system. Have you ever had a yeast infection? Let us know in the comments below.